Good morning, everybody, or good evening, or good afternoon, or good whatever time you're experiencing today.
Welcome to Nailed Him. You guys are about to see some amazing nail art and some amazing hand modeling. So if you like it, let us know. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below if you want anything else.
How are your guys' days going? I hope it's going very good. Right now, I'm just painting a nail. I'm just painting this nail white with some gel polish. I did 2 coats. Now I'm going with this really cool confetti coat. And at first you'll see me, I'm just doing like a normal coat. I'm trying to get all the edges, not really caring about where the confetti is. And now I'm patting in some more confetti. And I get as much confetti as I want. And now I'm just going to move it all around and shake it around town until I get it to where I want it to be.
Such beautiful thumbs.
Yeah, except for I have to cut it all off.
It's because the manly activities I do put stress on my hands.
Now we're going to start in on the Deadpool. So we are making him look like a little cartoon character, like a little chibi character. Do you know what those are?
No idea.
I'm pretty sure it's called chibi character. They're like little Japanese characters, animated characters that are really cute and teeny and have the cutest little faces, and they're just very kawaii. So that's what we're going to do with Deadpool today. So I just did the first layer of his head, and I'm curing it, and then I came back and did another one. Hey, look, you could see my reflection. That was cool. And a lot of these little body parts and head and everything, I'm going to do 2 coats on because, first of all, it's a little thin, and so I want it to be a little bit thicker. And second of all, I want it to be a little bit more 3D and rounded and to get that cute effect.
Your forehead looks so big and cute in that reflection.
Man. You're just jealous.
This is like the best Casper nail I've ever seen.
Who teaches you things?
What?
Where do you learn things? So again, just doing another little layer of red on all of these things. And as you saw on the arms, I went in because they were bleeding a little bit too much outwards, and they were getting a little too thick for my liking. So I took my clean brush and wiped away any red before I hurried and cured it. And now I'm going to go in with, now I am going in with some more white because I felt like the red just bled really quickly on the arms and I didn't want them to be that thick. And so I'm going in and fixing the details. That's the cool thing about gels. You can always go back in and paint some more on top of it. And I went in and created the white line that I wanted, and then I kind of feathered it down into the nail.
Sometimes we do use acrylic paint though, and not gel. I mean, they both have their pros and cons.
Yeah, for sure. I think I prefer gel polish more though because it's more forgiving and it doesn't mount up like acrylic paint can. But I haven't used very many different brands of acrylic paint too, so that could be a thing.
If you have any suggestions on acrylic paints that would make it look even better than gel, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. Because when I used to use acrylic paints all the time, I liked them, but then I switched to gel and I just have never gone back really.
We'll post some videos of those nails as well in the future.
We can do that. And on these legs, if you pay attention, I'm trying to do the back leg first that's bent behind him, and then the front leg so that it gives that illusion that that's really what's going on his nail.
You know, I'm starting to think this wasn't Casper because it has legs now.
What? You really think so?
Daredevil?
Closer. But he only has one little thing, so that doesn't on his head, so that wouldn't make sense.
Don't talk about his little thing like that. Don't embarrass him in front of the YouTube community.
I can embarrass Deadpool whenever I want. He embarrasses me.
Oh, you're talking about the head thing. I thought you were talking about something else.
Okay, anyways, let's get back to the tutorial. I'm doing some little black details on him. And you'll see the black is also kind of creeping. And when you're doing little teeny details, gel tends to creep. So that's one plus about acrylic paints is that they just kind of sit where you lay them. but I'm just doing all these little outlines and doing a little bit thinner on his right side, these details, than on the left side, because that's the side that we're facing away from. So it should be a little thinner because it's more in the distance.
Now, if you guys are going to be trying to emulate this, just know that it's sped up so that as you're going and doing these little details, it's going to take longer than it looks like it takes.
Yeah, it takes me a lot longer than it's taken on this video, and that's totally fine. Because I'm also a perfectionist when it comes to all these little details, as much as I can be. And so it takes a long time. It's not this quick. So don't ever be worried if you're like, wow, this is taking me a long time. It does to me too. Now I'm doing his little arm details. And I'm just kind of following where the outline of the red already was. So that already gives me a nice straight ridge to work with. Now I'm doing where his leg folds over, the back one. And then I'm going to do some other little details, like I do his tummy, and then I do his feet as well. So you'll see the tummy here in a second. Have you guys seen Deadpool yet? I saw it. It made me pee myself because it was so exciting. It was so fun. Wasn't it fun?
It was
funny.
fun.
It was creative. It just was, I loved it.
I might have even liked it more than the first. It was less of a surprise, but I think it was better overall.
Less of a surprise?
Like the first one came out of nowhere and blew everyone's mind.
Oh,
Rated
yes, I see
R,
what you're saying.
superhero movie.
Mm-hmm. I think they kind of played on that, though, because I will try not to spoiler it, but because of certain things they said, especially towards the end, I really love how they play on the breaking the third wall part. And they do that.
Is it the third wall or the fourth wall?
Fourth wall? I don't know how many walls there are in a room. Don't expect me to know that.
But let us know what you thought about the new Deadpool.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
We love discussing movies. It's a fun thing for us.
Big time movie buffs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any favorite movies that you want to be portrayed in nail art, comment down below.
Let us know.
We'll do them.
So this little part I'm doing right now, and you'll see I wipe it off on my nail. I'm just doing little details. So I'm using the same exact black that I did for all the other details, but I'm just using less of it so it doesn't show up as prominently. So that's how you can do shadows, and that's how I'm kind of fading out his belly shadow and underneath his arm shadow. I did that one on his head as well, around kind of on the left side of his head, left side of his legs, all that kind of stuff. And that's a cool trick that you can use for whenever you want just a more sheer color with gel polish, at least. You can just use less of it. Now I'm going to go in and we're going to make his cool swords.
Oh, you're doing daggers. This must be Electra.
Farther away.
Dang.
Closer? I don't know. I don't know if that's closer. Guess. You know, I've said this character's name probably like 15 times already.
I kind of just tune you out a little bit.
Oh. Okay. Makes sense. No, it doesn't. I'm pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing some little gray details on his eyeballs because that's kind of the reflection of light underneath where his actual little eye slits will go. So that's what this little hourglass shape is. And I also decided, and I'll do that here in a second, that I wanted his swords to be a little bit more noticeable. So we'll touch on that in a sec when I go to that, because you can't really tell very well the difference between that and the background. So don't be worried, my people. Now I'm going in and I'm just kind of giving him a little bit more details, more shadows. So now is when I'm going in with some silver.
And for those who asked about acrylic sets, we'll be posting some vids on those too, because we do acrylic nails. Just not on my nails, because I like to rock climb and lift, and acrylic nails makes that very difficult.
Long acrylic nails make that difficult.
Yeah, I guess we do short ones.
Yeah, we could. We totally could. But then this video would be like 5 hours long.
I'd edit it really good. I'd edit
Yeah.
it really fast.
I don't know. I don't know if you're that good of an editor.
I think people want longer videos anyways.
You think so?
I mean, look at this hand. Who wouldn't want to stare at this thumb all day?
Oh my. Oh my.
We should start selling pictures of just my thumb.
What's that Beyonce song? I got a big ego. Such a huge ego. That's you. She was singing about you.
Rude.
So now I'm just doing some outlines of those swords so you can also tell the difference between that and the background a little bit more. And I go over them a lot, and that's kind of a staple with gel, is that a lot of times I'll go over things twice or 3 times, especially with details, because I want to get the first shape down, and then I'll go back through and really make it the color and look like how I want it to. Same thing with these little eye slits. I first did just a really little line, and then I went back in and made it thicker and made it look more like what I wanted it to. And now I'm just putting some white on his swords to make it look a little bit more reflective. So now we're going to do his little belt, his little pouch with tools and things. So these ones that I'm doing on his hips are little pockets. So you'll see me do a black line also later through the pockets so they have pockets. And this black part is his belt that holds the little Deadpool symbol that he has on his belt too.
That's who it is. It's Deadpool.
Good job. A for effort. Better late than never, they say. And this part, I do have to tell you guys, took me a real long time. Because the details are so teeny. So this is also, if you're doing this kind of stuff at home, like, do not be afraid of doing it over and over again, because especially with gel, it'll just sometimes creep out, especially when you're doing little details like this. So
It's so nice though, because you could just start over
yes,
as long as you don't cure it,
exactly.
and everything else stays perfect.
That was the thing I didn't really like about acrylic paints, is I would go over an area over and over again to try to fix something I messed up, and then it was like a big mountain of acrylic paint, and that was not very cute. So if someone also has any ideas on or knows how to fix that, then please let me know. Alrighty, and that is all for this nail. So just curing it, and typically when I'm doing lots of details like this, I try to do 2 layers so that it'll really stay in, and like he said, he rock climbs, so we try to keep those layers locked in. But please hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. There's also some cuticle oil all over there, so that's what that shininess is. And comment what you liked about this video, what you liked about Deadpool, and we look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Ciao, ciao.